people, but not necessarily. I don't think that has been as helpful to me as all the stuff I've built before. My opinion, use them for the foundational stuff. But again, the networking, ultimately entails they're working across so many industries and so many places that they just don't. I don't think have the capacity. And second, they don't know you, right? They know what you can bring to the table, and so based off of what's on a piece of paper and talking to you, they don't know you like the people that have worked with you in the past and the people you've interacted with in the industry. It's a nice resource for all those things, but I'm not going to them and saying, hey, you're going to help me find my next job, right? No, they're going to help me get all those, Linda, like you said, the foundational elements, and they've done a really nice job with that. So, anyone who's out there listening thinking, hey, they're going to come and help me do all this, finding my new job, go in with the expectations of what I think they're best at, which is the foundational work.
Right. So, so basically they'll give you sort of the resources that you need, but you're going to have to do the heavy lifting.
Absolutely. The job search is you, right? At the end of the day, no one's going to help you other than you in terms of knowing what you want, knowing how to get there. You can go, other people will help you, but you own your job search, right? No one else is going to own your job search. No one else is going to own your career search. So, like you said, Linda, use them for what they're good for. They're really good at those elements, and everything else, use your other resources that you have out there. But I would add, like even later in the process, where they've actually been helpful too is the salary question, right? Like how do you talk about that? How do you negotiate that? I've called the counselor up and saying, hey, I know this question is going to come up. How would you think I should approach this? And she's been helpful about giving me a couple bullet points and hints and tips. And so it's nice to have there's still friends and networks that I've started to be open about that conversation and ask them, like, how do you do that? But it's nice to have kind of a unbiased third party who's seen lots of salary negotiations help me give some feedback to me about the types of things and how I position myself. So I will have to say that's the other space I thought helpful, not just initial foundation, but kind of the ongoing piece.
No, it's great to know that, to hear that they can be used as a reference for other things that you're thinking about. So that's cool.
Yep.
It's excellent. So once again, thanks so much for coming back. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, your input's been really valuable, and we really hope to have you back in season 2.
Yeah, I'd love to do it, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Hey, Shelley, another great one-off segment with Prem. It was great to have him back, and he brought some great tips and insights to us.
Yes, recruiters can provide you with a great understanding of marketplace dynamics, and also they're a good source of intelligence gathering.
That's right, Shelley. And recruiters can give you insights to help you build your resume and LinkedIn profile and really help you position your skill sets and make sure that they're aligned with what the company is expecting from that position.
So I guess we really should be using recruiters and outplacement services because it looks like they can really make you a much stronger candidate.
Absolutely. And remember, outplacement can help you with the fundamentals, and recruiters can help you with gaining insights on the role and also on the company, but you still have to do the heavy lifting.
You're right, Linda. You have to own your own job search.
That's right.
And another one of our listeners, Yelena, wrote in about her experience with recruiters and outplacement. Many of her comments on networking with recruiters were really similar to what Prem had to say. However, she did have a few new insights.
So one thing that she talked about is the use of outplacement, and they can really give you a good list of recruiters who specialize in various fields and the one particular to your area of skill sets. However, if you don't happen to have an outplacement agency, you can get their names online or through LinkedIn. So speaking of LinkedIn, she gave us a great tip about the use of premium LinkedIn.
Now, is there a price tag that comes with premium?
There is. It's $30 a month, but it's, I think, valuable because it allows you to check to see which recruiters are specifically viewing your profile. And so this allows you to be a little bit more proactive and reach out to them. And so if they're looking at your profile in LinkedIn, that means they probably are trying to fill a job that has your skill sets included in that.
And so it's also just another stronger connection to have.
Absolutely.
That's right. And she also talked about a recruiter's job is to find a candidate for their client. So you know what we have to remember, though, Linda, is that recruiters aren't really working for us. They're working for the company, right? So they get commissioned by them, So it's important. They need to find that role for the company and not for us. However, what could be good is that they could really be the nudge when you're in an interview process.
That's right. You don't have to be the pushy one, the pushy penny, right? And it's very reasonable for the recruiter to be the pushy one and to ask about where their candidates are in the recruitment process.
So one final thought that Elena wrote to us about is that it's going to be up to you to make sure that you're not getting lowballed when it comes to salary negotiations. And I know for me, Linda, I'm terrible at it. How about you?
No, I'm not very good at it either. And I think most women are not. It's difficult for us to talk about money. And I think also for us, we tend to think that if we show the value of what we can bring, that we'll be compensated accordingly.
So we're going to get oodles and oodles of money?
That's right. Millions of oodles of money. Okay. But that's not always the case. You really have to fight for the value that you feel that you're worth to that job market.
And you know what, Lynn? Because it's such a final and most critical piece of your job, and I really do believe it warrants its own episode.
I think you're absolutely right, Shelley. Not only that, but I think maybe it warrants its own series to really do it justice. So thanks so much, Elena, for writing in those special golden nuggets to share with our listeners. We really appreciate it.
And recruiters and outplacement are just one part of your network. You got to remember, things that we've discussed. You got your old colleagues,
your LinkedIn community and strategic partners that Prem talked about.
Right, and you also have networking and professional conferences, which Scotty talked about.
Absolutely. So that ends our series on networking. So on our next podcast, we'll be winding down for the summer by reviewing key lessons learned and highlights from our season 1. And can you believe it, Shelley? 21 episodes.
No, it's been an amazing journey, and you've been a great buddy and partner. I have to thank you very much.
I have to say it's been amazing working with you, and I really can't wait for season 2. So as always, please send us your stories and feedback on anything having to do with this episode or any of our previous episodes. You can submit your stories and suggestions by going to our website, www.over50andfired.com, and click on Contact Us. Or you can just email us at offnowwhat@gmail.com. While on the website, look at our blog and contribute, and also remember that we have the OFF Toolkit, which has all the references to all the resources that we talk about during our episodes.
And the other important component, Linda, is our wine recommendations page.
Absolutely, you can't forget that. So listeners, thanks for listening. Bye.